Welcome, everybody, back to the Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast. Here, live on YouTube. We're here uncensored. Man, it's been a long time since we've had a live stream, so I'm so happy to be back. And I'm so happy to be welcoming back our guest. Oh, sorry. See, haven't been doing this a while, guys. Our guest, Seth. Is it Bayer?
It's Bayer, yeah, like the aspirin Bayer.
You may need some aspirin after you hear what he's got to say tonight, folks.
Oh, I've got a mouthful. I got a mouthful ready to go.
So, guys, just real quick, don't forget to follow us here on YouTube. Support the YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell too. We're trying to work out a YouTube schedule, so I'll probably be on here about once a week, and we'll give you that day. It'll be a single day, maybe Friday night's work. We'll see how the metrics go, but we're trying to work out a single day for YouTube live streams weekly. Don't forget to also give us a follow on Instagram at SQD Circle RFP. Also, give me a follow over on Whatnot. I do have a Whatnot live stream at the Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast shop on Whatnot. I do a lot of card sales there. Maybe we'll get some action figure sales too. I do have a Twitter account at SQD Circle AFP as well, but I don't post much on there anymore. So Instagram, YouTube, and Whatnot is where you can find me. And Seth, please tell the kind folk here where they can find you, because you have created an entire new YouTube platform and social media platform.
I am. It's just the YouTube channel is just my name. Very easy to find. If you just go to YouTube and type up my name, guess what? First one that pops up. So just make sure you go there. Go check me out. The link to my Instagram's in the description below. And man, it's been great to be back and start definitely reconnecting with everybody and jumping back into the swing of things. And it's been fun. And I mean, listen, I did your show before in the past and we had great, we had fun that one time we did it. And, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for reconnecting with everybody, having fun, getting back into the swing of things, getting back on some hunts and, enjoying things this time around and not, focusing too much on the little things,
Yeah, I mean, it just, even when you don't factor in social media into the equation, when you're collecting, you're in a collectible community, it's just very daunting and it can be, very expensive. It can get just a little crazy. Myself, I know this myself. I mean, hunting is tough. You have a family, you have to balance everything out. So we're just happy to see you back, because I know you're extremely passionate about, just making videos for the community, interacting with us, providing us with very good quality content. And it's great to see you back, man. And we did have a great show last time as well. You can check out all our past live streams on the obviously on our YouTube channel page. So you can check those there. And yeah, man, welcome back. And
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's going to only be onward and upward here from here, man. Same here. Like, I took a little bit of a hiatus as well. You just get wrapped up in so much, and it just
you need to every once in a while. Sometimes it's good just to take a step back and and that allows you to get things in perspective. And then like a lot of these wrestlers always say, you need to be the one to control your own narrative, and I think that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking the path that I want to take and just control my own story, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. And what's so interesting is we always come back together for this love of professional wrestling, right? I mean, whether it's watching on television, collecting action figures, cards, going to live events, meeting people that have this same and this similar interest and passion as we do. I think it all goes back to professional wrestling. And look, guys, to start off, we do not have any business experience in the world of professional wrestling. We are fans. So what you see here, what you hear here, basically, as my buddies say, stays here, basically, like, it's our opinions. I don't have any people may see me at AEW shows flipping off people, talking to some of the talent.
This guy, I'm sitting there. We were talking about this before we went live. I'm sitting there Wednesday night on the couch watching Dynamite. Not only because I knew Will was going to be there, but again, I watched Dynamite. So of course, what's the first thing I see the minute the show starts? I see Will ringside with his middle fingers up, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, what is he sticking his middle fingers up for already? I'm like,
well, I'm not a Jay White guy at all, as you can imagine.
Listen, that's the other thing too. He debuted Wednesday night, and I think they did a shit job of debuting him. They should have, and it's funny because I don't know. Do you listen to Busted Open?
Of course I do. Okay. Yes, Busted Open is amazing.
So I like what Bully said about it should have been Jay White and not Jungle Boy with the symbols. That would have been a great way to introduce him, because in reality, the two guys that were in the ring, and not to knock them, Juice Robinson and Ricky Starks, they're upper mid card, I feel, but Jay White is a main eventer. I mean, the guy's done main evented how many Wrestle Kingdoms? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. So I agree with what they had to say on Busted Open. And guys, again, we're not professionals. This is our opinion. We do listen to a lot of great other outlets, media outlets, professional media outlets. So even when we go over the SmackDown lineup real quick later, that comes from Sean Ross Sapp over at Fightful. So if you want to check out any of these things, go to Fightful, go to Busted Open on SiriusXM. Dave LaGreca puts on a great show there. And they're knowledgeable. They're very knowledgeable about what's going on in the industry because they work the industry. And those are the guys that you want to listen to learn as a fan. But anyway, getting back to the whole Jay White incident, I agree, Seth. I think that they shouldn't have had him go out there first. It doesn't make sense. I get the Bullet Club thing, but again, and then how many people know Bullet Club? How many people know who the hell Juice Robinson and Jay White is to begin with? And then you bury Ricky Starks. I mean, God, you're trying to push Ricky Starks to the moon, and I've been with this guy since the NWA, and I'm a firm believer in Ricky, and he just gets all shitted over, and it's just pretty surprising. And I agree, whether it be the symbols, whether it be another time or place, I don't agree he's a main event guy personally. I mean, we'll see. Again, as they were saying on Busted Open, we'll see. I don't believe Jay White's a main event guy. I don't think he translates. He's another Adam Cole. He's just another guy that's small. He's got a little bit of a better physique than everybody else, and he can do great wrestling. He's a good worker in the ring, so he can wrestle really great. So, but I just don't think he's a main event guy personally.
I mean, listen, again, it's funny because there was so many stories going back and forth about whether he was going to go to AEW or he was going to go to WWE. I mean, obviously, because of the sale and everything that's going on in WWE of recent weeks, I'm actually glad he didn't go to WWE because I feel like he would have been buried. And I mean, and again, people could say the same thing about him going to AEW because AEW, because who knows, what are you going to see him next week wrestling on Dark or Elevation? I mean, it's like, all these guys that come over, I think they've signed AEW has signed too many people, and they're not promoting the people who should they be promoting, which in my opinion is that they really should be pushing more of their homegrown talent rather than all these ex WWE guys or Impact guys or New Japan guys. They need to be pushing the homegrown talent, because otherwise, those guys are never going to develop.
Understood. I agree with that. It's just that you also have to come to the point where if you have major superstars, like for example, I'm going to throw this in here before we kind of go back to where we were. Miro, that's a monster. He's a beast. He's a professional. Absolutely. And he's never, it's funny. I talk with the camera guys by ringside. I'm like, I get fucking more TV time than most of the people in the locker room,
and listen, he's not lying because I've seen him on countless episodes of Dynamite and Rampage, plus the pay-per-views, because you were at Revolution not too long ago. If
you haven't recognized me, guys, that's who I am. I'm the asshole with the cowboy hat.
I get what you're saying, man, but freaking Miro's another one of those guys that really should be front and center, and he's not.
I know. So we'll get back into AEW a little bit later, but again, yeah, we're just getting into this. We're fans. We don't have any connections. We're going to give you our personal opinions as we just did about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Look, we may Monday morning quarterback it, we may Monday morning book it or whatever as well, but we just feel as though we've been watching professional wrestling for God, I don't even know, 30 plus years now for me. Probably the same for you, Seth. And it's a situation where I think we don't know, but we'd like to give our opinions, and we'll leave it at that. With all this said, and we obviously SmackDown is on right now. I'm assuming most of y'all are watching that. We're going to start off though by talking a little bit about WrestleMania, because I still think it needs to be talked about. I think you had a large event, and we're so quick to jump the gun and move on, right? Because we've had our Raw, we have our SmackDown tonight. It's like we got to get back to WrestleMania and kind of understand a little bit of how things went, even just after with the sale of the company and things of that nature. I think a lot of things that happened at WrestleMania were indicative of that. And obviously, when you want to book anything, you want to have an ending first, and then you want to work your way back, right? So you want to work your way back to the present time. That's good booking, in my opinion. I don't like booking on the fly, and I think that's what was done with Roman Reigns. And I think they have a clear direction for him. But we could start off with night one real quick. What were your thoughts on night one, Seth? And what were your favorite matches?
So between the two nights, night one was far superior in my opinion. I enjoyed the Rollins Logan Paul match. I enjoyed the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match. But it's funny though, because like after Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won, I felt like the crowd was like a little flat after that. Maybe like they weren't really expecting them to win, and maybe drag that storyline out maybe just a little bit more, since it kind of newly just happened that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came back together. Listen, Street Profits are amazing. I think Montez Ford is a freaking star, and hopefully that dude gets his opportunity soon. And I mean, otherwise, most of the other stuff was just kind of honestly forgettable. The rest of night one.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm gonna shit on LA right now. So you had, well, look. I mean, LA's a wrestling town, and you guys better stop being all LA about shit and wake up, because you had 80,497 fans in attendance. SoFi Stadium, night one. Night two, you had 81,395 combined attendance over almost 161,000 people for 2 nights. Well spaced out card. The fucking crowd was terrible. All right, I'm sorry. For 80,000 people, you guys sat on your goddamn hands all freaking night until something happened in a match. I didn't like it. I didn't like the entrances night one. I thought the entrances fell flat. For WrestleMania night one. Night two was a little different. However, you still had a great show, right? Again, I don't have many complaints as you. I mean, I thought you got your feel-good moment with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They finally went over. They defeated the Usos, right? You could start now the story with the bloodline, and Roman getting on Jay and Jimmy now. I love that match. That's probably my favorite match of the night by far. You had a great match with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair too, albeit it did start a little slow and sloppy, but they turned things up towards the end of that match. I mean, God, that Charlotte Flair face bump, I would have not got up from that face bump. I would not have got up from that face bump.
Yeah, she ate that. Yeah, she ate that bad. I mean, and you could see the mark, on her nose from eating that. I mean, ugh.
Oh, and I'm surprised she didn't break her nose. Maybe she did. I don't know. She's on a little.
She didn't break her nose. She didn't break her face.
I know. I couldn't even imagine. And then, like you said, I mean, you had Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. We all loved it. Seth is over to them. I don't care what anyone says. Seth is over to the moon.
Yeah, and it's funny because again, I loved the spot with because honestly, like, listen, when I was watching WrestleMania with my buddy Jan, and when Logan Paul came out and he had the bottle of Prime with him in the suit, the guy in the suit, my instant first reaction was, oh, that's got to be Jake Paul in there.
Yep.
You know,
That's what we thought too. Yep.
I honestly thought it was Jake Paul. I was like, it's got to be. So just keep an eye, you know. And then I figured maybe the guy would have gone away, but then once he stayed ringside for the whole match, I kind of figured he was going to be used for a spot at some point. Yeah, it turned out to be KSI, and he did the frog splash off the top and put KSI through the table. I was expecting something a little bit more elaborate than that, considering what we've gotten out of Logan Paul, especially the last spot he had with Ricochet at the Rumble. Like, yep. I was expecting something. I was expecting something that at least had a top that, and it kind of didn't, because anybody can jump off the top rope and go through the table. I mean, that's nothing new.
No. Put me out there and I may break a leg, but who knows, you know? Yeah. But I agree. I felt that, you know, look, he's gone. Thankfully, I don't want to see Logan Paul in the ring for a while now.
Really?
And yeah, so
really, I kind of listen. I mean, I might not agree with him as a person.
Yes.
But I look at him the same way I look at Bad Bunny. It's a guy that even though he might not love professional wrestling the way Bad Bunny does, but the guy went and trained and gave it 100%. And I think the 3 or 4 times he's been out there, he hasn't disappointed.
I agree. And it has absolutely nothing to do, in my opinion. My opinion is not based on his in-ring performance whatsoever. His in-ring performance is incredible. Incredible. And he's given it its all, though he is going through the motions now, that's what I wanted to say. Like, from his previous matches, it felt like in this match, he was just going through the motions. But with that said, he's also a great heel personality, right? So you want to hate him, you want to dislike him. He just has this stink about him, right? The facial expressions and everything. I just don't like him. He seems sleazy. He seems like he's gonna come up from behind me and stab me in the back or steal my wallet or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing that perfectly. I just don't like him as a person. I mean, and I think that's why he's doing it. I've heard good things about him. I've heard bad things about him. I know a guy that did some like video work for him, said he was a great guy. You know, took pictures with him, did all this stuff for his. Sorry about this. I have to watch. I don't spit into the camera. So anyway, you know, but it's just me. I want to see wrestlers on my wrestling shows. I understand why they do it from a business perspective, even though I don't agree with the metrics and stuff.
Right.
Because I personally don't think it brings in a lot of money to the bottom line or continued viewership. But you know, I'm
just giving you everybody a heads up right now. I am gonna have multiple hot takes throughout the night, and yes. I'm gonna throw out my first hot take of the evening. Logan Paul does a buckshot lariat way better than Hangman Adam Page.
He didn't do one as good as he usually does in WrestleMania, but I can agree with that. I think he does a better job. Yeah.
That's a hot take right there.
Yeah. I mean, look at Adam Page. I mean, that's a hot take in all in itself. I mean, I love the Cowboy, and that is just that's a hot take in itself without the Logan Paul. I mean, God, we can have a whole episode on frickin' Hangman. But anyway, and how he's booked nonetheless.
Yeah. Right.
So going back to the lights, those were the match. I mean, I love the Ray and Dom stuff. That's beautiful. I mean, that's just poetry in motion. And then how they tied in Bad Bunny and they brought it over to Raw, and how they're going to go into Puerto Rico with this match with Damian Priest. Now he's getting some limelight because he had the Bad Bunny relationship and he had the match. I mean, that is awesome long-term storytelling, man. Now you can't get anything better. You know?
No.
And imagine, and people don't realize this, imagine when Ray is in peril and Dom then has to make the decision to save his father, and how the people are going to react to the moment when Dom makes a turn to a freaking babyface again and saves his father. That is going to be a Macho Man Elizabeth moment, man.
I think that's going to be a long way off before that happens. I think that's not going to happen until Ray has his retirement match. I think Ray's last match is when Dom's going to turn face to help Ray. And I think that's when it's going to happen, because after that point, Rey Mysterio's gone, and they're going to need a Mysterio to be a face, and then that's when Dom steps in.
Yeah, and that will be one of the best WWE moments you could ever see, especially after all this story that they've given us between the two of them for well over a year now.
It's been a great story. It's been a great story, and dude, I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody has more heat on them than Dominic Mysterio.
No. I mean, nobody has more heat than Dominic Mysterio. It's that simple.
Yeah, people hate that. People hate that kid.
Hate him. And like hate, not even from the angle, just hate who he is as a person. For some reason. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Like he's doing a great job. He's working. He's doing a great job. Like, how can you hate him? I mean, like he's amazing. Oh my God. I just don't understand it. I mean, I'm not looking at any comments. Hold on. Let me look at the comments. Humpty's in here. That's it. We're not gonna have much viewers. We'll probably have a lot of people listen afterwards. So I mean, that's what I like about the live streams. You know, we'll build up the viewership live. Everybody's watching SmackDown now. So that's it. You know, I mean, we'll get back to some of your comments later on when you watch this after the live stream's over. Night one, though, again, I can't really complain. That Street Profits match was incredible, but then on the Raw, they followed up. That was probably my second favorite like viewing match. And then we went into night two. Night two was bad.
Night two started off with Lesnar and Omos, and the funny thing is that a lot of people did not have high hopes for that match. And you know what? I thought that was actually one of the better matches that happened. You know, obviously we knew that Omos was not going to squash Lesnar. Nobody squashes Lesnar unless Lesnar gives the okay. And that wasn't going to happen. The Ronda Rousey and the women's tag match, I mean, that was a no-brainer because they're setting it up for Ronda and Shayna to win the belts. The Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre match, probably best match of night two, hands down. You know, Gunther is on a whole another level right now. And those three guys, for what they've done over the past year, telling this story between all of them has been fantastic. The Bianca Belair Asuka match fell way short. I mean, that was if anything, that was probably the worst match of the night in my opinion. Edge and Finn Balor. I got to tell you, I was so let down by that match. I was expecting, and that wasn't even Brood Edge. You know, that's, you know, anybody that's an Attitude Era guy knows that that's not Brood Edge. I mean, listen, he should have came up from the thing with at least Gangrel, you know, and Gangrel should have been at ringside with him. And, you know, Gangrel should have been, you know, found a way to get in there. And because, you know, if, you know, Finn's out there, maybe the Judgment Day would have came out and tried to do something, you know, like that would have been great. The whole thing that they had, I mean, listen, it sucks for what happened to Finn. I mean, did you see his head?
Yeah. And I think that felt short, that match, just because of the injury. I mean, that's a gash. I mean, you know, look, he lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, he did.
So, you know, and it's funny, you couldn't even see it. I'm watching it with my friend Big Kev, and he's, you know, like he's got so much paint on him, you couldn't even see it, you know, but it's dripping everywhere off his head in the ring. And it's just like, I heard they stapled him shut ringside.
They cut the camera angle. And then that's when you saw like Edge go out of the ring because he was trying to distract everybody. While the medical, so the medical team went in there and they put like a numbing agent in his head, from what I read, and they stapled his head shut. I mean, me personally, when I first saw it, I was sitting on the couch. I'm like, because again, you didn't see the cut. So I was like, that must have been just a blood packet or whatever, just for the, for the effect. But then next morning, my buddy Jan sends me the picture. He goes, "Oh, blood packet, huh?" And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Wow, okay." I was like, I guess I ate my words. And then I guess you can call it the major disappointment of night two was the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes. Now, overall, the match was a good match. I mean, I feel like just everybody else, like they fucked up that story so bad. The whole thing was for Cody to finish the story. That was the whole story that they were telling. And you can't win it on any other bigger stage than WrestleMania. Even if he does, say he wins it at Backlash or he wins it at SummerSlam, there's no bigger event than WrestleMania. You're going to make this guy now go through a whole freaking year, probably, because I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong about this. I think they're recreating the whole John Cena story from 2012, where he lost to The Rock, and then of course Monday night Brock Lesnar comes back. He starts a program with Brock Lesnar, and then it takes him over a whole year to get back to WrestleMania to fight The Rock, and he beats The Rock this time. So it's like I kind of feel like they're reusing that storyline, and then of course to me that's got Vince McMahon, all over it.
Let's get to the Cody last. The night 2 again. I felt a little differently about it. I even look at the match times. I'm looking at these match times over here, right? So you had obviously the main event. Actually, I didn't seem like 34 minutes, but that was a 34-minute main event, the longest match of WrestleMania. The Lesnar almost stuff, I don't give a shit. It was just done to see him, get him up on the F5. Get what does Bully always say, Bubba? Get in, get on, get off, get out. I mean, that was Lesnar was like, all right, let me put him up, let me throw him down, and let me get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I'm on the private plane back to Saskatchewan.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go chop some wood. I got a Playboy bunny in my home. And the rest is history.
I'm gonna go home and drink Coors Light because Bud Light doesn't want to pay me any money.
Oh God, that's funny. So I absolutely disliked. I didn't like the 4-way tag. The women's the weakest matches on these WrestleMania. This 2 nights of WrestleMania for me were the Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch stuff, and the Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, all that stuff. I mean, they were just god awful, I thought. Gunther defeated Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Yeah, that's another one. That was a banger. It's probably my second favorite match of the night. I heard Drew McIntyre is up. His contract's up in July, and there's big time rumors that he's going to AEW. So we could talk about that a little later. But what are your thoughts on that? I mean, real quick.
I read something about that, but I think ultimately they're going to work out. They're going to work out a deal for him. I think he stays with WWE.
I think you give him everything he wants, and but if you bring
he's been a workhorse for them. He's been an absolute workhorse for them.
I'm talking about Tony Khan. You give him everything he wants, and you bring him over and you put the belt right on him at Wembley Stadium. Easy.
That you know what? That's a good point. I didn't think about that. You're right. Because his contract would be up. His contract would be up by then.
Yeah,
that's a very valid point. Especially since
he's not being released, so there's not going to be a clause where there's like some sort of there's
going to be no wait time. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Especially what happened to him at Clash of the Castle when they didn't let him win it in front of his home crowd.
What else makes sense? Have him beat MJF at the biggest stage of them all.
Holy shit! I didn't even think about that. Damn, good point, man.
Well, hey, again, I'm just Monday morning booking, so who cares? It's not probably going to happen. You're right. He'll probably sign a big-time contract with the WWE. If I had to put my money on it, that's what would happen.
Yeah.
And then, Bianca and Asuka I thought was a great match. I think it went a little too long, and I just think Bianca's so good, and she's being faced with these bad storylines. I mean, she just killed at the entrance.
There was no story. There was no story built. There was no build. There was no build to that match.
None. And the funniest thing though, again, compared to night 1, I found that the entrances were better in night 2, and I don't know if they wanted to save that. But yeah, that match was, I loved Bianca's entrance with the kids coming out and everything. I thought it was great. Edge and the Demon, I have the same thing, same kind of take you did. It was just, I was always like, I kept saying, are they going to go outside the ring? Are they going to go out to the hot top of the cell? I see that there's like, they had the cuts in the cell for like, put your feet in and stuff and hands. And I'm like, are they going to do it? Are they not? And I just think it came down to probably Finn with the big gash where they kind of had
I think they changed that up on the fly. I think you're right about that.
I mean, 18 minutes only. They probably had it scheduled for about 25 minutes, maybe even a little 24 minutes. And then Roman would have went under half an hour. And I think Roman and Cody went long because of that, because of the cell match, in my opinion. Now I don't know anything, but looking at the times, 18-10 for the Hell, and then 34-35 for the main event. And it felt like it ended early too, WrestleMania. So, I mean, I don't know. I think there was something there, but Roman and Cody, I disagree with you 100%. WWE made the right move for so many different reasons. And I just felt that even though Cody is over, I just don't think he is the guy. I am sorry. I know that he's selling merch. I know that he's doing well at live events, but there is still a contingent of fans that don't want to back him. And that's a large, it may be a minority now, but that's a large minority. And I think the WWE is scared if they put the title on him this early. And not only that, putting it on him after him absolutely having no matches with basically anyone.
Well, that's
spoon feeding him the Royal Rumble. Now, this is not Cody's fault. This is a WWE fault.
They should have. Yeah. I mean, listen. In reality, taking the Rumble into consideration as well, he only had like what 6 or 7 matches up into that point, to fight Roman. So there really wasn't like any kind of like long term for him to be like fighting his way to the top. Now, if they really were going to do it the right way at the Rumble, they should have, and I stand firm to this, and people can tell me I'm nuts and I'm not. They should have never announced that he was coming back for the Rumble. It should have been a surprise, and he should have been either 1 or 2 and not number 30.
Agree. Why the hell do you put Gunther in at number 1?
Yeah.
I know you want to build Gunther. Don't get me wrong. Great.
Yeah.
But I would flip-flop them easily in any day of the week. And like you said, you make the people believe in him. You make the people believe that he's a working man, right? You make the people believe that he's just not a suit-wearing douchebag, like even me, like I'm not the biggest Cody fan out there. I respect what he can do in the ring, again, to like Logan Paul. And I think he's a really good person. I'm not saying that he isn't in person. I think he's really good. But it's just there's something about him that doesn't resonate with me. The fake smile, the slapping of hands. Maybe because I'm not a kid anymore. Maybe it's because I'm not 5 years old or 8 years old with Bret Hart putting glasses on people's faces and stuff. But see, and that's the thing. Even I look at that stuff, and maybe because I went through it, I feel differently about it. But even when Bret Hart did it, he just looked cool, man. He's like, he went out there, he wasn't smiling, maybe gave the kid a little pat on the head and boom, right to business in the ring,
I mean,
I just don't know, man. It's just something about him that icks me. He's icky.
I don't think so. I think, again, I think the reason why he came back to WWE, obviously most people, are like, oh, he just wanted to stick it to Tony Khan. And I don't believe that. I legitimately think Cody wanted to come back because he wanted to win a world championship. He wanted to do something that neither his dad or his brother did. And I totally get behind that story. I mean, again, I don't know what your family situation is like, but I have two brothers. I'm a middle child. I have an older brother and a younger brother. And my older brother, was the athlete in our family, and I was, and I had high I had big shoes to fill, doing what I wanted to do. So it's like I get the whole Cody story, and that's why I like the story. And again, they wrote, the story was written, it was all over the wall, written for him to win. And I think a lot of people feel the same way I do, that they screwed it up. I think he can be the guy. Again, for the past 3 years, really, all we've known is Roman. We haven't known anybody else. And every guy that they put Roman up against, Roman just smashes them. And I get that. But Cody, I think Cody could be the face. I think they look at Cody as the next John Cena, where he could be the big baby, the big baby face, because that's the thing. Cody doesn't want to turn heel. Cody doesn't want to turn heel, and I get that, and I, again, like you said, with the Bret Hart with the glasses, with him giving the weight belt to the kids. I mean, think about what those kids are feeling at that moment when they get that weight belt, man. I mean, it's a rush, that's an experience that they're going to have with them for the rest of their lives. And I mean, and that's the whole thing that, like I had growing up, I was the biggest Hulk Hogan fan. Hulk Hogan's always been my guy, and and seeing him, do all the things with charities and things like that, and with the kids and the training and prayers and your vitamins and all that stuff. I mean, I was hook, line, and sinker for that as a kid, even as an adult. I mean,
Yeah.
So it's like I understand what Cody's doing. I don't think there's any ulterior motives behind that.
Oh no, I'm not saying that there are ulterior motives. Again, it's just the way he presents it, I think, is just a little too much, right? It's just a little too acted upon, in my opinion. And just again, this is just a viewer, right? I'm viewing him and his act, right? He is an actor, right? And I just think it comes off a little too much. Again, wrestling obviously is real and not. And in his way, and in what he wants to do as a face and as a real white meat baby face, it's just coming off to me, and I think that's generally the people that don't want to back him, how they feel about it. Now, do I believe he can be the face of this company? I do, but I don't believe he can be that right now. And I have one question I want to ask you.
Sure.
Why has Roman beat everyone for the past 3 years? Why has he held the title this long? Why?
Well, because again, first of all, especially with that, Roman, and again, going from where Roman started to where he is now is night and day. I mean, realistically, that dude's on another level. Them putting Paul Heyman with him was the best thing they could have ever done. I mean,
I agree.
And any guy that Paul Heyman works with, it just makes them that much better. I mean, especially with Brock, and then you had him with Punk, and then now, back to Brock, and then, now with Roman. I mean, it's just great. And I mean, he was the mouthpiece that Roman needed, up until Roman can finally find his own voice, which Roman can now, carry a promo.
Oh my God, can he carry a promo
on his own? I mean,
he doesn't have to say anything.
No, just the facial expressions alone.
Just the facial expressions alone will tell you what he's feeling and how he is. And it's just, the question is very simple, and I think you were leading to it, with a little bit back there. He just has it, he is, guys. Roman is the face of the WWE. Roman is the WWE. He is on another level. He is God mode, guys. Get it in your thick skulls. Cody is not that. So if you're the WWE, why the hell are you gonna friggin' make your top guy? I mean, the top of the top guy, I would have to argue, since John Cena. All right. Why the hell are you going to make him lose to Cody Rhodes? No.
Well, they were talking.
You run him until, like you did with all the big guys, Hogan, Cena, Stone Cold, The Rock. The list goes on. Taker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, all those guys. And I wouldn't even put Triple H on that level. Triple H is not. He may creep into my top 10, but I don't think so of all time. I mean. You have to realize that Roman is like right now 5, 6, 7. You don't bring in a Cody Rhodes that was in another promotion that got injured, that has no build up to this match, basically, other than the build up you created, which doesn't really make sense. Okay, yeah, he wants to win one for his father. Great. Everybody wants to win one for their father and their parents. All right, great. So and then it doesn't. Cody does not supersede the bloodline in the story. Cody does not supersede Roman as a wrestler in the WWE. Then you factor in the storyline with the bloodline and the potential for The Rock still to be there, and to all to culminate at a very, very big family feud oriented kind of match. I mean, I just think it's just not the right time for Cody. And it was just, look, if Cody didn't get injured, right, and they had the 8 months, the 9 months to build it, I think he would have won that title.
Oh, it would have been it would have been a whole nother story. I agree with that. One thing that I thought was a very good possibility that I thought was going to happen, and you just mentioned it. Obviously we saw the Usos come out during the match, and we saw Solo come out during the match. I was almost 100% sure that The Rock would have come out, The Rock would have helped Cody Rhodes, and then that would have set up for next year WrestleMania with Roman fighting The Rock, not for the championship, but for the so quote unquote head of the table. And I thought that would have been perfect because again, they said that The Rock wasn't ready this year because of his schedule. So what better way to set it up and start the storyline over the course of a year would be for have him to interfere in that match and get that storyline starting.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense to me, but
yeah, a little Rock in there. I agree. I mean, you could still do that. I think in time. I think we're gonna look at it now. Like really quick, we had a god awful Raw. I didn't appreciate any of it, and I don't think it had anything to do. I think with Vince McMahon. I think maybe a few things here or there, but I think it's just a situation where again you had a stinker of a crowd. Just the matches in general before they made all the booking changes. Now they had a change.
Yeah,
I think in a couple of the matches they had a women's match that they nixed. They had a change in time with a promo. So they nixed
Seth
something.
Rollins. Yeah,
And
the messed up thing is that the Raw after WrestleMania is always one of the biggest Raws of the year. That's when you have people show up. That's when you get your NXT call-ups.
We got Riddle.
That's when people who've been hurt come back, and it was just such a major disappointment. Dude, the way they started the show was perfect. I was like, all right, this is going to be an awesome show. Brock and Cody, tag teaming against the Roman and Solo. I can't wait to see that match. Everything after that just fell way flat.
I agree 100%. I didn't really, and it's funny. I knew that was coming, the F5, and I don't care what anybody says. They could say, "Oh, you didn't know," and Billy said, "Oh, if you don't, you're just saying you knew." And I'm like, I'm in the industry, and I'm like, you could ask Kev. I was like, he's gonna F5 the son of a bitch. And this was in the beginning of the segment because the way Brock was playing that segment off with the like big time
the handshakes and raising his hand.
Come on, you knew from that moment he was gonna get the F5.
Yeah. The
giveaway.
Other thing, the one thing that I was really hoping for that didn't happen, and both again, me and my buddy Jan were talking about this. I was almost 99% sure that since Austin Theory beat Cena at WrestleMania, Theory would have come out on Monday Night Raw and been like, "Oh, in honor of me beating Cena, I'm gonna have an open challenge for the US belt." And then whose music hits? Braun Breaker.
Why not? I thought you could have put him Braun so many different ways into that show, and not only into that but WrestleMania as well. And they just don't want to call him up. It looks like he's turned heel now.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, they're gonna see how he does as a heel before they call him up. Shit, you could have even had an open challenge, and you could have had, because I think AJ's ready to come back. You could have had AJ out there. Where the hell is Shinsuke Nakamura been? You could have had him. You could have had him come. You could have had him come out. You could have had Randy Orton come out. All these guys are just sitting there probably ready to come back, and nothing. And they don't see what we see, because they're set in their own ways as far as storytelling goes. If they just took maybe just a smidgen or even an ounce of what some of the fans suggested, you would be surprised. Like, honestly, like some of this shit just literally writes itself.
I agree with you. I mean, it's funny how the direction, and again, it's, look, I love backwards booking, right? I love when you have a point and then you have to obviously build backwards to the present time, right? And some of this stuff, I just don't even think they, like obviously they have an endpoint for Roman. They have an endpoint for Roman.
Well, he also wants to take time off, and that's why everybody thought he was going to drop at Mania, because there's all the rumors going around that he wants to take some time off.
That's always true. I mean, I thought Mox was going to take some time off after he lost the championship in full gear, but look,
unfortunately, that didn't happen because of what happened.
Yeah, but no, this is after he lost to MJF. I thought he was gonna take time off.
Oh,
but,
I got you.
This was in November. October, November. But again, I don't look. Roman's got a lot of time. He can pick and choose the dates he goes on. Aside from Fox and USA making
right.
you have to be on this show for us.
Yeah.
Or if it's a big show like a MSG event or something. But he's got, I think, enough time. He's got the Learjets. He doesn't have to be in the ring wrestling 365.
He's not like the rest of the guys that have to fly commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. I mean, I do. Sometimes I gotta do like the first class though when I can upgrade. But anyway, I digress. This is why I'm a heel, guys. I love myself, and you should too. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, I don't get all that. I don't care about time off and stuff in this day and age in wrestling. I think, a guy like Kenny Omega that wrestles like every night of the week for 300 days of the year, and then has 4 surgeries, needs time off, obviously. But
surgeries, vertigo, shoulder, back, neck, issues.
Back, exactly. That makes sense. But Roman's comfortable. But with, like you said, all the people that should have been on Raw maybe or shouldn't have. I mean, it just was underwhelming. Like you said, I just didn't get anything out of that Raw into the Raw. I was sitting there watching. I'm like, this is nothing. Riddle comes out in a spandex. I thought he was going up. I thought he was going to go to like some beach in LA or some Santa Monica Pier and get a suntan.
The whole Riddle thing was just horrible. I mean, like when I heard his music, bro, I was just like, oh my god.
Oh god.
I was like, they could have had so many better people come out. Like shit. Like here, even this again, another call up. Where the hell has Cameron Grimes been? You could have had Cameron Grimes come out. I mean, listen, I think anybody would have been better than sending Matt Riddle out there.
I agree.
But that's just me.
And let us preface this. This has nothing to do with the sale of the company or Vince booking this. I am not saying Raw was bad because Vince booked it. I'm saying Raw was
I'm saying that
because you're saying I'm not.
I'm saying it.
I'm just saying it was a god awful show regardless. I mean, I look at my tweets here. I could probably find it here.
Vince is coming back now, and he's shitting on everything Triple H did.
So, well, here's the thing. So this was again, Sean Ross Sapp tweeted this before Raw, about an hour or two before Raw, and this was the rundown prior to all the changes. Triple H promo, we got it. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman promo, we got it, albeit with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes included. There was supposed to be the top contender tournament, Liv Morgan versus Dakota Kai versus Piper Niven. Scrapped. I don't want to see that match anyway. I think that was freaking horrible. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. I like it because it set up the Bad Bunny stuff. It didn't really do anything for Austin Theory, like you said, with the open challenge or anything. He was kind of like thought after the match. Exactly. I didn't like the way that went. It's an afterthought. Sammy and the Street Profits fell flat for me. I thought it was stupid. I don't need to see 2 babyface tag teams face each other. You should have given the Street Profits a title match down the road once they got the titles off of them or something. Or turn Street Profits heel. Turn them heel. Turn them heel and put them with MVP. They had an awesome photo with like Carmelo Hayes, MVP almost, and the Street Profits.
Well, they should just a quick sidetrack for they should rebuild the hurt business,
and they could have put the Street Profits in it.
Yeah,
come on, turn them heel. They need a heel tag team now. You got a babyface champs. What is the heel tag team? Fucking shush. Alpha Academy.
Shush, please.
Yeah, they're not even fucking healed. And the Viking Raiders. Fuck them.
It's
oh my god! Stop it. Seth Rollins segment, which God knows what happened during there.
I can comment on this. So supposedly what was supposed to happen is that he was supposed to come out there and start cutting a promo, and an NXT call up was supposed to happen, and Pretty Deadly was supposed to come out.
Oh shit. Okay. So
From what
that was not the note. I don't see anything about that here, but
Yeah.
there you go. I don't know.
So that was one thing. That was one thing I read that was supposed to happen, and that's why his segment was so awkward and why it was cut short.
Spoil. There's Bobby Lashley and Ali. That was pointless. Again, and this was before supposedly Vince had his little rewrite. You had a spoiler promo involving, which was Bianca and Rhea, which is good, but are we going to get it anytime soon? I don't think so. And then the top contender tournament was LeRae, Rodriguez, and Io Sky, but I believe that was cut back to just LeRae wasn't in there. It was just Rodriguez and Io Sky, or it was a tag team. So
it was tag team.
Raquel and Liv, and for the tag, which made more sense. Do you want a top contender tourney with LeRae, Rodriguez, and Sky, and Liv Morgan, Dakota Kai, and Piper Niven? Or I thought that tag team match was all right. And I like where it goes. It can get the belts off of Becky and everything. And I like Raquel and Liv together. I think.
Well, that's for Shayna. Well, that's for Shayna. Well, that's for Shayna and Ronda Rousey to take the belts off of Becky and Lita.
Okay, and then maybe they feud with Raquel and Liv. I'm okay with that. The Miz promo. Okay, I don't give a shit about the Miz anymore. And then the main event was what we got. So the main event was supposed to be originally Cody Rhodes and a mystery partner versus Roman Reigns.
See, and the mystery partner.
I thought the mystery partner should have been Braun Breaker.
Okay, so I'm gonna correct you. Well, I'm not gonna correct you. I'm just gonna give you who I thought it should have been.
All right.
I thought the mystery partner should have been Randy Orton, because then you're kind of almost reuniting Legacy.
Yeah. Because
you're gonna have Legacy fight the Bloodline. You know, you're gonna reunite factions to fight factions. You know, so. That's
I personally would have loved Braun Breaker just because he has the solo background in NXT, and that kind of works for me a little bit.
Well,
and then he's an American guy, he's like no, I get the Randy Orton. Trust me, I love that idea too. But for me, if you wanted to call up, you could have called up Braun Breaker in 2 spots on Monday Night Raw, and you didn't. Realistically, you could have put him with Cody because he's the American Nightmare, and Braun Breaker's the all American guy. Blah 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 blah. You could have had 2 spots, and like you said, the Austin Theory situation as well, open challenge. So anyway, whatever. I mean, it is
the Austin Theory situation just basically wrote itself. I mean, you beat the guy who basically created the U.S. Open Challenge. You go out the next night just to throw salt on the wound, and hey, in honor of me beating him, I'm gonna hold an open challenge.
I love it, but I also love again.
Yeah,
Steiner brothers, Dusty, Rhodes, Steiners.
There's history. There's history there. I get it.
There's history. And not only that, you're building a guy, right? So Roman is building solo. Cody's he's got his protege. They can form a new faction. You want to talk about faction building? You want to talk about AEW working on, building their homegrowns. Well, there you go. You had an opportunity to build a homegrown, and you turned them heel on fucking NXT. Go figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way you put it, whether it be with Theory, which I agree would be a perfect spot, or you put him with Cody, you still blew a way to naturally get your baby face up there and give him some experience on the big stage.
And we had so many letdowns at WrestleMania with both nights where they had surprise people come out and fight the Miz. You could have had Breaker come out in one of those segments. You could have had Randy Orton come out of the crowd at one of those segments and RKO the Miz. You could have, if they did maybe would have pulled off signing Jay White. You could have had Jay White come out and do some, do a spot there. I mean, the whole shit would, again, there was so many missed opportunities that I think that's why a lot of people got frustrated, because like I said, a lot of this shit writes itself and they just don't see it.
They don't see it. Yeah. They don't. It's so sad. Like, we're sitting here writing it right in front of it. Even after the fact, even before the fact, I'm like, okay, Braun's got to be in this spot, maybe in this spot. Now I knew if I'm in the back room and I'm like, oh, well, we got Cody and a mystery partner, we want him on tonight versus Roman, blah, blah, blah. Well, there you go. Or Don't get me started. I mean, I thought they were going to do the 6-man at Puerto Rico. They may not even go in that direction. Now, I thought logically you would have Cody, Sami, and Owens in a 6-man against Roman and the Usos.
No, I thought that I agree with you, but differently, that they were going to have a 6-man, but Cody winning at WrestleMania, Roman taking time off, and having Solo and the Usos against Cody and Sami and Kevin. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Okay.
I agree with you on the 6-man. I agree with you on the 6-man. I just think the people should have been different.
Well, I just don't like Solo. Again, I think he's just too young. Personally, I even like in some spots, like I don't know if I want Randy Orton coming back in a Miz segment per se. Okay, you want to give it to someone like an NXT superstar upcoming, like maybe Grayson Waller. Right? I mean, you want to throw him in that mix, right?
Yeah, but he's a heel, so it's not like you need a face for that type of segment.
No, I know, but you could make him a face. That's the thing. But anyway, so let's move on. So we're gonna get to one of our passions, figure collecting, here as we move on from the predictions, and we'll get that real quick. We'll go over SmackDown tonight. So here's the plans. The plans were to have Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes versus Gunther and Imperium. I guess they did that, and I'm not caught up to speed because I'm watching it right now. I just think it's actually, I'm at like 20 minutes in. They did that match. Sheamus got the win, it looks like, already. I don't want to do any spoilers really quick. Where are we here? We got Ricochet. We got Ricochet here with the let's see.
Braun?
No, it's actually Ricochet and the Viking Raiders. So Ricochet versus Ivar. So I guess there was a recap package of Cody after the Sheamus, Brawling Brutes, and Gunther and Imperium, and Sheamus won that match with the Brawling Brutes. They did a repack with Cody and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman and Jey Uso was backstage, and now they're on Ricochet versus Ivar, which is another god-awful match I don't want to see. Triple H addresses the WWE Universe, so that's coming up now. That should be on actually right now because, let's see. Yeah, or maybe they switched it up because let's see. Because now
they said he was supposed to open. He said they were supposed. From what they said, he was supposed to open SmackDown.
Yeah, he didn't open SmackDown. I don't believe so.
Last minute Vince change as usual.
Probably, maybe. There's supposed to be a Judgment Day promo. There was supposed to be Rey Mysterio and Santos versus Dom and Damian. Brief Kevin Owens package with LNA and Xavier Woods. Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso with Paul Heyman and Solo. Backstage news is that Tegan Nox versus Sonya Deville is slated dark match of the show, and Dolph Ziggler versus Austin Theory is slated to be dark match for the show. So they're putting these fuckers on main event. And now, which was not even on the show to begin with, we're watching Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Shotzi and someone I can't see right now. But there looks like Liv and Raquel are definitely getting a big push to, I guess, go against Ronda and Shayna, unless Ronda and Shayna are really severely injured, because I did hear that they were. So I don't know. I guess it's Natalya.
I heard Ronda was banged up. I heard Ronda was banged up. I didn't hear anything about Shayna.
Yeah, I did hear Shayna also, like, she had her boot off in the ring, and I think she had hurt her foot or something, but she's a beast, so I don't think I don't think Triple H came out yet. I'm looking at it because the Brutes against Imperium was the first match. They had the Cody Rose package. I'm just fast forwarding, guys. And then they have the Ivar and Ricochet match. And now we're on that women's tag match I just talked about. So yeah, Triple H must be coming out next. So I'm intrigued to see, unless they scrap Triple H coming out at all, which I would be hard pressed to. I mean, that would be a real big change. But it looks like they put this tag match, or somebody's really got their eye on Raquel. Raquel is back in her shitty gear again. They brought her in her NXT gear back at WrestleMania and Raw. You know Vince is back now, guys. Now she's in the one piece. She's in the one piece again, which she looks god awful in.
Yeah.
He's definitely back, guys. And she looks god awful in the one piece. I love when she has the cut top here and just the leather pants. She looks great. Now she looks like a freaking idiot again. So Vince is definitely back. That's SmackDown.
Yeah, listen, I mean, again, and that's why I said what I said. Vince is basically just shitting over everything Triple H has done. I mean, listen, I always joke and I always revert back to when CM Punk was cutting the pipe, the pipe bomb, and I always laugh when he said that, this company will probably be a lot better after Vince McMahon has probably died, but then again, it'll be run by his doofus son-in-law and his daughter, and not to knock, but Triple H has done a great job, man. Triple H has done a great job. He brought back people that should have never have been released to begin with. I think that some of the people that he did brought back, I don't know if they're doing the best storytelling with them right now. I mean, I was excited when Johnny Gargano came back because I love him. I think he's great. I just think he's one of those guys that are kind of being mishandled right now, and we're going to see, I think we're going to see a lot of that now moving forward with Vince back, is that a lot of these guys are going to be be mishandled, or they're not going to get story time, or even what I was reading this morning, that they're going to they're going to be announcing layoffs within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know, and they let a couple of people go already from what I hear. I know, I forgot who it was, I believe an NXT superstar, no name. I forgot who it is though off the top of my head right now. Really quickly. So as I predicted, look at this, just on SmackDown, our winners of the match. This was a #1 title contender match. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. They will be facing the Raw, I guess the Raw Women's Tag Team Champions, or they're just the women's.
Yeah,
they're just the women's tag team champions, Becky Lynch and Lita on Monday Night Raw. There you go.
Oh, okay. Well,
Shayna and Ronda are injured, it seems. So we'll probably have new champs crowned on Raw next Monday. That's my prediction.
Because they need Becky. They need Becky back in singles competition.
Yeah, and she'll either face Trish or Lita probably at the next big pay-per-view.
Yeah, they'll probably have Becky turn heel on Lita, probably.
Something. They have to do something there. So
Triple H, that's the only logical thing.
Triple H is coming out next, so he's up next.
That's the only logical thing I could see is them turning Becky back heel again, and having her, like you said, fight Lita or fight Trish.
God, I love talking pro wrestling, Seth. Jeez, I could sit here all night. We haven't even gotten to figures. You want to do some figure rundowns?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about the Nitro arena, the Nitro stage.
All right, let's do it.
Or you want to talk about the reveal? You want to talk about the reveals? It's up to you.
Let's finish with the stage, because I want to see guys, we're only hours away. We're only hours away from the hog coming home to you. Let's see what happens. You're talking about, you want hot takes and opinions. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking tear Mattel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna tear them. The Mattel design team are amazing people. Steve Ozer, Bill McKenna, everybody else that's involved. What is it, Robert Rudman or whatever? They're great at the copy guy. They do so much for the fans. It's incredible. And they've had one of the longest action figure runs for an IP, one of the most successful ones for wrestling and any other probably IP in the existence of action figure production and whatnot. And so you can't get on them. I know they're limited, but some of the decisions they make, it feels like wrestling at times. It's like, my God,
questionable.
I mean, it's questionable. Like, what are you doing, guys? Come on. All right. So anyway, let's go over the reveals first. So I'm just going to be on Ringside's Instagram, because this is where it's at. So defining moments. What do you think?
Yeah, so I thought they nixed that line. I thought that line got nixed. I didn't, and I'm surprised. Honestly, out of all those, the two coolest ones in my opinion are the Cody and the Mankind. I like the Cody because he's got the torn neck.
Yep.
On there. And I love the Mankind because they got the tooth coming through the mouth. That's cool. Again, how many Shawn Michaels and how many Bret Harts do we need? I mean,
look, I'm a mark for defining moments. I have pretty much all the originals, I believe, still in my collection. I got some in the case too. I like to get these things signed. I have a Ric Flair signed. I have my Bret Hart signed with the Canadian flag. Nice. I agree with you. I also, I don't know what's up with this Shawn, but his head looks super large for his body. Now, I don't know if these are prototypes or finals.
I think it's the soft goods top piece that's on him, which is making it look look weird.
Looks weird. Just looks
Yeah.
off. I think this bread is a little cheap. I don't like the way the jacket
Yeah.
looks. It looks a little cheap, the jacket to me.
No.
Yeah, I got the package just because I like the package for the complete design. I agree with you. The best is the Cody, followed by the Mankind. I love that they have the thumbtacks in the back of the
Yeah.
shirt as well. I think that's a really nice attention to detail. But yeah, I like this line. I hope that it continues. I hope it's successful, and I hope if we're gonna get some defining moments of like the new era, or like this turn Peck Cody, I think that's gonna be fun.
Listen, again, I think that was listen, whether it was going to be a defining moments in Elite or an Ultimate Edition, at some point they were gonna have to put out a torn Peck Cody.
Yeah, he mentioned it. I think he mentioned it too after in the press conference or something, like in passing, from what I remember, after the Rumble or something, like, oh, that would be.
Well, they said they were making a. Well, they said they were. I thought, if I heard correctly, he said something about Funko was doing that too. They were making a pop of. They were making a pop of him with the torn Peck.
Nice.
Maybe they might do that as like a common and a chase.
I did like the fact that they picked the Mankind and the Cody to come together too, because they were both Hell in a Cell. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
It's a fun little we got Triple H ringside right now. He's coming out talking to the fans. I don't know what he's gonna really say. Probably not much. I don't have the volume on here, but
I'm gonna do a rock. I am the game. I am true. I am the game.
Oh God, what do you think about some of these elites that we're calling by here?
So again, the elites to me are, some of them are just meh. I like the Stardust.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of cool to, of course, it's Stardust was a very toyetic character. So, so I think that's cool that they did that. I love the brother love, but I just think his face is they made his face too red.
Agreed. That's the Legends Series 19.
Yeah.
I actually like this series. I mean, I'm not going to do NOD just because I don't have the others. I sold them off.
Yeah.
I just, it's just not for me. You have to cut some. I do like this Undertaker though. I think this Undertaker.
So we've got so many Undertakers.
I know, but it looks good, man.
I mean, to me, the definitive Undertaker is the Ultimate Edition Taker. I like that. I like that one a lot.
I agree. I have that one too. I like the brother love though. I agree with you.
The face is too red. Yeah, so red. I like
ruthless aggression stuff. I'm not whatever.
Yeah, the ruthless aggression stuff is. I like how we're getting a rock show rock though with the guitar. I like
it. It is fun. I like the belt on him. They did a really good job with the belt. I do they did a really good job with this figure, which is primarily reuse, I think, too. But that nice little molded belt detail is really cool.
The MVP looks kind of cool. I like how they posed him like he's like he's shooting like he always when he came out. So I like that. But it's weird though, like just looking at that picture, the way the picture was taken, it looks like his torso is very narrow and the legs are very fat. But it could be just the angle. It just could be the angle that the picture was taken at. So
I agree. It's like there's like beef here, and then it just slims down to these big freaking legs. I agree. Hey, even his hands. Look at his hands. His hands look huge too. It's like the Rey Mysterio hands. You guys don't know what we're talking about. Rey Mysterio always comes with big hands. I don't know why, but it just happens that way.
The JB they could have done without JBL in my opinion.
This whole line just doesn't scream to me. That's a pass.
Yeah.
I am happy that they're doing this one over, although I have two of them. I just wonder. I don't know if it was answered.
Yeah, because that was a defining. That was a defining moments, right?
Yeah, it was a defining moments. It didn't come with. So during this match, was this WrestleMania 7, right? He comes out and he's got the jacket on, but under the jacket he has a shirt. It's like a tank top, and during the match, he eventually takes it off, but he starts the match with it on. And I'm surprised, we don't have confirmation, I don't believe, if he's going to come with that shirt. So I'm kind of I'm probably not going to get this, to be honest with you, just because I have two of them already, one loose.
Well, I have to, because that's an Ultimate Edition. So I don't have a choice at that point.
Yeah, you're the completest there.
Yeah, I'm the completest with the Ultimate Edition. So I'm screwed with that one.
You're in for the Andre then too.
Oh, I've already got those. Yeah, I've already got those on pre-order through Ringside.
Nice Andre. I actually love the 100 Andre they did. I may stay away from this.
The Rollins looks amazing.
This is amazing. This is one of the best figures I think they've ever created. And I was waiting on a Rollins because as you, I am cutting down on my elites. And this is a topic of discussion too at a later time. Like elites just, I mean, I have to cut down on them. You know, I have to get the best of the best. And this is going to be the best of the best. And I mean, this is Mattel here.
Yeah.
At its best.
That Rollins is perfect. You can't do any better than that.
I did forget to mention this one.
The Rhythm and Blues Hammer, Greg the Hammer.
What a beautiful figure. And they did it with the, so it looks like it's going to be cloth, and then they have the belt.
Yeah, the soft goods.
Going to be a rubber belt. And I love when they like interchange that stuff, you know? It's
funny though, because like the guitar is the identical guitar that they have with The Rock. So it's like
complete reuse.
It's like, oh, what can we do to do this? Oh, same. I love that Mr. Perfect.
I'm assuming this is going to be like the Undertaker's. Remember that plastic that was flexible and stuff, where you can kind of like. I think that's what they're going for here. I don't know if that was confirmed, but it looks like in that ringside exclusive Undertaker with the tag team title from the early 2000s. I think that's going to be that flexible plastic material they're using for the singlet, where that you can pose them like with it down, you know, like he used to do after the matches, or take one I don't know one side of it off. But yeah, I like the Perfect. I think it'll be cool. I want to see if they're utilizing this. I don't care about this $1 Million Man. I'm surprised they didn't give us Honky in this one. I really am.
Yeah, like, have a 2-pack. Yeah, have a 2-pack of or even have a 3-pack and throw Jimmy Hart in there.
I know.
You know, again, missed opportunities for stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
But I guess it depends. But I guess exactly. It depends on who's on the Legends, the Legends deals and whatnot.
And we'll talk about this line a little bit later, because I think this is everything that's wrong about the Nitro entrance stage right here. This deal, the Walmart deal, probably screwed the pooch for everybody here, and that's my take on it. Yeah. You have the best of, and I think they're going to be great figures. One, I don't want to see them in elite form, but I guess we're going to get some that are, and some that are in Ultimate Edition form.
We don't need any more Hogans.
I did want this Hogan. I really did want this Hogan. But you're because we don't have any NWO. We have one NWO Hogan. That's it. No, well, technically,
you've got the WrestleMania. You've got the WrestleMania one that just came out. You've got the Ultimate. You've got the Ultimate Edition one. And then if you really want to dive back, you've got the R3, the R3 series with the NWO Hogan. You know, so if you want to dive back to when Jax was making those figures.
Oh, well, no. I don't. I'm just talking about Mattel. So we only have two in Mattel, and I don't. That WrestleMania Hogan is just like, that's like a repaint of the, the regular, the red and yellow one. So I don't consider that a Hogan. I wanted this in Ultimate Edition form. I want the black attire. That was my thing. But and that's what I thought should have came with the ring with an Eric Bischoff easily.
Yeah, I'm happy that Randy's finally getting an Ultimate. Yep. Randy's getting an Ultimate. So, I like that. I like that. I think, that's cool. I mean, listen, I'm a firm believer. And again, I'll say another hot take. If anybody is the guy to beat Flair's record, it should be Randy Orton.
Jesus. He's 1 away from Cena and 2 away from Flair.
Yeah.
Randy should be
the guy to do it.
Cena as the WWE champ. So I think Cena holds 10, 11 WWE titles, and Randy's got like 9-ish or something.
Something like that, yeah.
10,
this RVD, the portrait that's on him right now, he looks like Homer Simpson. He looks like Homer Simpson.
That is garbage. I'm sorry, guys.
The other portraits are also off. Well, maybe that one that one right there looks good. Yeah, the other two are just meh.
And why the ponytails really? Okay, this fucking thing is disgusting.
Yeah, it looks like Homer Simpson. It looks like Homer Simpson. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. You're not. I mean, it's just god awful. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to call things garbage, and I don't want to call things like bad, and I don't want to, I don't want to put things down. But if you look at this and you're on a design team, how do you prove it, guys? Tell me, how do you prove it?
I mean, hopefully they'll fix it before it before it goes to manufacturing and actually releases it. But yeah, it looks like Homer Simpson. I mean, it's horrible.
God awful. Brock. Okay. Do we need another Brock?
Well, I like Attitude Era. I like what is it? The Ruthless Aggression Brock. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that one.
Yeah, I have the two. I have the ringside exclusive and the other. And the Ultimate is not like these updated faces are not screaming to me, so I can just pass on that. The Ray looks great.
Ray looks awesome with that deco. Yeah.
Yeah, really good deco. I love the
Eddie
looks
Guerrero looks amazing. Looks amazing.
It's like they took his face, and that we're talking about a guy that has been gone for God, I don't know how many years now.
Years.
And you're telling me
at least 10, 15.
10, 15. You can't do this work with somebody. How can't you do this work with everybody that has been gone this long? It just doesn't make any sense to me sometimes.
The shirt is wrong, but the rest of it looks great.
What's wrong on the shirt? Sorry,
the shirt, I think the original here. Let me see if I could pull it up. The original, the Latino, they changed it. It's supposed to be let me see, Latino shirt.
No, we're going to images here. Was it him with the title?
Yeah, it was like him with the there was the one with him with the title. I'm trying to think. There was another one. I can't remember, but but whatever. I mean, listen, for what it's worth, the portrait and the figure look great.
Look amazing.
Yeah.
No complaints. Brett, I guess these started to
that's
hit
the Target. Yeah, that's
Target,
the Target exclusive
and stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean,
why can't they get Bret Hart's portrait right?
This is perfect.
Yeah.
This guy's still alive.
Yeah.
And you can't get it right.
Why can't they get his shit straight? I mean, come on.
I don't know. It's better. This is the best we've got.
Yeah. It's like,
especially
I don't recall
with the glasses, but my God, you're right.
I don't ever recall Bret having a 5 head. So I mean, it's like, I mean, for real, dude. I mean, that dude's like almost in Peyton Manning territory with that forehead. So I mean, it's like, it's just, it's unreal. How can't you get the portrait right? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Looks like Triple H came out and then the Judgment Day was introduced afterwards and stuff. I do like this Rock too. Good re-release.
But we already got an attitude. What is it? An Attitude Era Rock for the
we did
for the Ultimates. We don't need another one.
No, we don't. I'm not going to get it. I mean, I have 2 of them. I have one loose and one in the package.
Card.
So.
Yeah. I've taken all mine out of the boxes. So I've taken mine all out of the boxes and I've thrown out the boxes.
I did not throw out the boxes. You're a brave man. I guess I have to start throwing out the boxes. What the hell are the boxes going to be worth? Nobody's going to care. Nobody.
Exactly. As long as you have as long as you have all the as long as you sell it loose complete, you should be fine.
You're fine. Yeah, I should do that.
I like the Logan. I like the Logan Paul. Do I agree? Do I feel that he should have gotten an Ultimate Edition?
Ultimate Edition exclusive? Absolutely, freaking.
He should have gotten it should have been an Elite.
Yes. And it should have just been a regular release. This is ridiculous.
But did I buy it? Of course I bought it because I'm an Ultimate completist.
Yeah, I didn't buy that. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the code. You know what's funny is that people are saying that the Supreme look is way better than this.
This face
the
scan
Supreme,
is amazing.
The Supreme is more accurate.
I don't see that at all.
Now,
but...
I won't be I can't really judge it until I actually physically have it in hand. But yes, that's another one that was ordered the minute it went up.
Yeah, same here. I do like that they use cloth goods, but I want to see how the execution comes out. They may be right as far as the entrance attire is concerned. If it's going to look like this in final production, it may look a little off. But I mean, the faces I think look a lot better here. I don't know. Again, like you said, we have to look at these things when they come in our hands. This was a great surprise. I absolutely love this.
I was so happy because that Undertaker is, to me, like, once I get this Undertaker in hand, to me this will be the definitive Undertaker because that was Undertaker's debut.
Exactly.
The gobbledygooker, I love it. I think it's great that he comes with the egg and you can have him hatching out of the egg.
Oh, with the entrance stand and all. I mean, the stand, and then you got the Hector Guerrero head, and then you have the other one. Whoever, I forgot who they first got. Was it Hector first or the second? I don't know. I remember Hector. I think was in this one, I believe, or maybe I don't know. He was either in the first or second.
But that's great though to have an Ultimate Edition of the gobbledygooker. I mean, come on.
I remember when they announced that shit 10 years ago or whatever it was, and that it never came to fruition. I just want to see if they have it displayed fully here, which it's so fun here. Like, and they come in Ultimate Edition boxes, which is fun. You know, you got the Undertaker. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's just amazing. So yeah, you get back to some of these other figures here, and you
And then
get, you
you
know,
just
the
got basics.
basics.
Yeah, these
And
are these are
this
basics.
Mankind,
Now,
another one. I don't know what's going on here.
now I was excited that they showed off what the next go around is of the classic superstars, which is the Piper and the George the Animal Steel.
Well, the Coliseum collection, yeah.
Yeah, the Coliseum collection. Yeah, so I'm definitely pumped for that George the Animal Steel and Roddy Piper.
Yeah, so guys, anyone who's not familiar with this stuff, I mean, and I know that people are like weird about the Piper shirt or the color of this or the color of that. These are directly produced as counterparts
Mhm.
to your LJN figures that were produced in the 1980s. So like, all I have them all in my case behind me, and like I don't really want to take one out, but because I don't think I do. I have a loose one here?
I the only
Yeah.
the only one
Oh,
of
I'll show
those
you real quick.
the only one of those that I've actually been really that I was actually disappointed in was the Rick Rude. I
All
wish they
right.
would have put pants on him that had the woman's face on it.
Well, here you go. I'll show you what I'll show
Yeah.
you right now. Here. And for reference and an example, as I stated to begin with, they didn't do that because these are a direct recreation of the LJN figures.
Right. I get that, but again,
You know?
how often are we ever going to get, what were the odds of us getting a a Rick Rude Ultimate,
No, I get it. It is definitely
The
it's
iconic Rick
definitely a
Rude is with
possible.
the pants,
It's
is the pants.
it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hell, as long as he's available, they'll probably make him. So I am gonna skip on this set. I don't want the Piper, and I don't want the George the Animal Steel.
Well,
I
in
have
Ultimate
my
Edition, I'm stuck with it, so I don't have a choice.
yeah. See, I have him, and I have enough Pipers. If they gave me probably a long hair Rowdy, I mean, this Piper scan is amazing too. I think they've screwed the pooch on a lot of the Piper stuff in the past. I think this one really takes the cake. I think they did a wonderful job on that portrait. So yes, it's a beautiful looking figure if you're a Rowdy guy. But I'm gonna pass on this upcoming one, and we'll see what's next in the pipeline. The retros, I'm kind of dying down on retros too, man. I don't know. None of this is appealing other than the bearer, and they got to stop putting them in these 4-packs, you know?
Yeah, I actually got rid of all my retros. So I mean, I have no interest in that. I mean, it's cool that they're making characters that might have never gotten a shot before in the past. That Superstars line to me is just meh. Again, like to me, I look at that if you're a fan of like old school He-Man action style, figures, maybe like the old Remcos, that's something definitely in your wheelhouse. But I don't feel anything for those.
I'm surprised the line's actually continuing. I love the Superstars line. I just see the Undertaker and the Ultimate Warrior shelf warming at Walmarts everywhere, and it's
Yep.
been several months since their release. So I'm like, I was just surprised. I thought they were going to end it like with Hogan and Piper when they made that announcement a month ago or so. And it seems that they're going all in. They're going to be releasing Captain Lou and all. I mean, I'll get the Bammer, I'll get the Perfect probably. But I'm not going to get a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to wait until it goes on clearance, guys. Again, don't rush out and buy some of this. I mean, if and then even the greatest hits stuff. I mean, I have this stuff. This is a pass for me. Don't need any of that. Retros, again. We had some of these, these screenshots here. I like what the Braun
Those are base.
Breakers.
Well, yeah, well, those are base. Those are basics, though.
Oh, they are. I thought these were the elites.
Oh no, it says
these
elite 104. Yeah,
so
the Braun. Yeah, the Braun looks good. Yeah, the Braun looks good. The Solo looks pretty good too.
Looks good. I mean, you'd probably have to put those on the list, right? You got the Rick Steiner coming up with the Beware of the Dog, but this doesn't scream to me because I want him. I want the Steiner brothers. Like this is a singles
old
run.
school. Yeah, old school Steiner brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm assuming we're getting sooner than later. You got the AJ here.
You got the Bobby Lashley and the Bianca Belair Ultimates, which I don't feel that Bianca Belair is that quickly deserving of an Ultimate figure.
Okay.
in my opinion, I would maybe like to see Rhea get an ultimate before Bianca did, or maybe even maybe like, again, people who've been there and put in their time, maybe like Bailey should maybe get an ultimate, an ultimate edition before,
Do you think
before
Bailey's
that. But
gone? I mean,
I
Bailey
think
might
so.
be.
I think she's done. Don't be surprised if she doesn't show up at AEW at some point.
I mean, Sasha's gone. She was at New Japan with Sasha, I believe,
Yeah.
at that LA show and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So this is the DDP figure we were talking about. This DDP figure. Oh my god,
that
how
thing
good
is
is
amazing. That's amazing, and I love that they gave him the hands that you can make the diamond with to give him the bang.
Finally.
Oh my god, that's freaking awesome, dude. The tattoos are awesome. The vest and the pants are perfect, and the screaming face is just awesome. They nailed that.
They did. I have a DDP here that and again, you can't even compare it. Look at this whole thing. And this was my favorite.
What is that?
DDP.
The Legends? What is it? The Legends one?
No, this is actually the Jax Deluxe DDP. Hold on one second. That thing isn't flying open here in my face yet. All right. So this is the Jax Pacific Deluxe Aggression DDP, and I've always thought that this is one of my favorite DDPs of all time. And we can
kind of looks like Jericho.
Oh, come on! This is classic. This is like.
No, that kind of almost looks like Jericho.
No, that's DDP to a T right there. He looks great, but this was my favorite DDP figure of all time. But that's because it depicts this. That is his. He's got the tattoos on there.
Yeah, that's when he had his title run. Yeah, his title run and
his like first title run.
It's me. It's DDP.
I'll take some photos. For y'all on the Instagram for this because I love this. But again, you can't get him in the diamond cutter, right? No. He doesn't have the hands. It's just not. I mean, these things do flex, man. Though. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of great articulation for a figure that's almost 20 years old. But that's one of my favorite DDPs of all time. And they never got they never put the tattoo on his chest on any of these old Jacks, I don't think. And maybe the other one, But anyway, so that was one of my favorite figures of all time. I'm glad that they're redoing it. And yeah, you have just some other, again, basic stuff been on card. Again, some of this stuff from the Monday Night Wars that they're releasing looks good. But again, I love this Hogan. I wanted it in with the entrance stage. I personally would have preferred that. You have another Stardust. I guess it's an Elite Stardust.
That's a basic. Here. I think that's a basic. That's Stardust.
Well, no, Elite 103. They're doing a chase. So they're going to do the Dusty and then this one.
Oh, okay.
This is the chase. So they'll do the Dusty Polka Dot and then this one. So you get 2 Stardust potential there in 104. You got the Ultimate Edition angle, which I'm whatever about. I don't care.
So I saw that first image of it with not a complete singlet. Like they showed the art rendering and he didn't have the full singlet. And I was like, how do you not have him in a singlet?
Doesn't make any sense, right?
And they should have given the option to have hair or bald for the ultimate edition. And they didn't. So
yeah, this scan looks terrible here.
Yeah.
I don't like the crying one either. It doesn't look good. I'm with you 100% on this. I like the smiling face scan. Again, these are digital renders, so I'm assuming they're going to improve some stuff. But yeah, I'm with you right there.
And they should have given him like the soft goods shirt that says it's true on the front of, it's true on the front of it, like just something.
I know I have his entrance grates here. That's why I'm looking at it right now. He signed it for me. But yeah, it came with the 2 medals and the display stand, and he's just got to paint it on singlet. Yeah, so this was I think in the digital prototypes in here, I think he's in here somewhere, and they did show him with like a singlet on. So I don't know. We'll see. Rocky Maivia, the head again is so big. It's so funny. I don't know what the deal is here, but I like this. But they released this. This is a re-release. I have this figure, so I'm not going to get that. Let's see. My phone fell. American Made Hogan. I like the Carmelo Hayes. I think it looks good. He's so small in the ring, man. Ugh, he's so small. I don't think he's going to make it personally.
I think so. I mean, listen, if they didn't think he was going to make it, then why did they put the belt on him?
He's going to be a mid-carder. Trust me.
We'll see.
Trust me. I think they did a great job with the Becky.
Oh, you don't even have the pictures up on the screen, so I can't.
Oh shoot! I'm scrolling through this. Thanks,
I
Steve.
can't,
There you
yeah,
go. I'm like,
yeah, the Becky, yeah, the Becky with the deco and everything. They did a good job.
Sorry, the
on
big
that.
time Bex. Yeah, so like this. Sorry, it's crazy. You were.
Oh no,
you
you're
must have
good.
been
Man.
watching-
You're good,
Yeah,
man.
so we were talking
Yeah,
about
see-
the. Thanks. You gotta let me know about this. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
looking
see,
at this
so
stuff.
Yeah, see, to me, why is he not in a singlet? And they should
know.
have given him the ball. You should have given the option for a bold portrait too.
Makes
Now
sense.
the belt they're giving, now the belt that they gave him, that's my favorite. That's my favorite WWE belt. So
Yeah, I love that. I love that belt. You know, it's so funny. I like the original Wing Eagle, but now when I look back on it,
yeah,
the Attitude Era one is just something so awesome. It's just
Yeah.
like, and like when it first came out, me being a kid and a teenager, I didn't really like it. But when you look back on it, like you said, it's one of the best belts of all time. Carmelo,
absolutely.
Jerry, and I love that. So I was at this pay per
Oh,
view.
the short hair, yeah, the
short hair
Shawn
Michaels. He won the world title. I was there. It was the first Elimination Chamber
Yeah, I was about to
match
say,
at
that was Elimination
MSG.
Chamber.
And I am gonna get this figure just for that because I was there. I mean, I was there. It's crazy. I'm on TV too, in that I was right next to the entrance stage. I get on. I get on no matter what.
I know
age
you do.
I
I know you do. Yeah, that's a basic. Yeah, they're giving a what is it? A basic Cody in a suit.
Yeah, suit Cody. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you got to put it if he's in a suit. Put him out there in a suit. I get it. You know, you got the Tommaso, and then this is the superstar stuff, which I'm surprised we're getting, like Vader and going this deep. You know, like Captain Lou. You know, and stuff like that. What else? This is the Bobby Lashley prototype.
Yeah, ultimate. Yeah, the ultimate.
The ultimate.
Yeah,
This is again the Bianca.
Yeah, there's the Kurt Angle with the singlet.
Let's see. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, they have him in a typhoon. Yeah, they have him in a typhoon. God, that crying portrait is just horrible.
It's terrible. I don't understand. Like you said, how could you give Kurt Angle a bold option?
Yeah, you need to give him the bold option. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Look we're coming from another guy here.
Yeah,
he's got a little thing, you know.
It's a no-brainer. There's the Eric Bischoff that's going to come with the Nitro,
which should have came with the Nitro entrance stage.
That and a Bobby Heenan. I just, you know, I feel Bobby Heenan should have been made with that. That's just me.
We're finishing up. We're at this. I do love this, Sean. I can't believe this, Sean. It looks great.
The brown pants. Yeah.
Oh, that was such a memorable night. Yeah, so
and they got the ultimate Jay and Jimmy that are coming out.
You got to get the ultimate Jay and Jimmy. Look at them.
Oh,
Absolutely. They look so good.
Absolutely.
They're gonna nail them. They're gonna nail them, and you got to put them next to your Ultimate Roman. Even though I'm not a big fan of that Ultimate Roman head scan, I do like the Elite better that I use. I actually have taken it off.
Is it me or do the ring skirts look weird on that Nitro ring?
They don't. Yeah, I don't remember them looking like this.
Yeah, I don't ever remember them looking like that either. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they used this logo in it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I don't remember red turnbuckles either. I remember like yellow or black or maybe even blue at some point, but I don't remember red ones.
Let's see. I'm always curious. It's been a while. It's been a long time, as they say. Been a long time. Yep. They had this one. This was the later ring. This was the one we remember here. It just looks, it looks off. See, they can't put the TNT on it.
No, even if you couldn't put the TNT on it, I mean, it doesn't, it just seemed off for some reason.
Oh, it does. Look, see right here.
Oh, okay. All right, then I guess I'm all right. Then I'm wrong. I stand corrected.
I was in the same boat, and I think it just looks off because it doesn't even have the TNT there. I mean, for the middle of the ring, it looked off for me.
Right.
But yeah, okay. Well, hey, it is what it is. I'm not buying that. I just don't need it. I can't. Where the hell am I gonna put these rings? My God!
I know, but you need the Bischoff. You need the Bischoff.
In my room.
Yeah, but you need the Bischoff. Unfortunately, if you're an ultimate collector, you need the Bischoff.
Whatever. I'll buy it for fucking $70 then or something. That's what the
I'll buy it on the
$70
secondary market.
Yeah, the mantra is $70. I'll buy the fucking Bishop. It's even cheaper than $70 now.
Yeah.
So that's about it. I mean, they did announce these. I like these Lucha Supreme.
Yeah, the Supreme. Yeah, the Supreme. Yeah,
I just met the
figures.
Lucha Brothers too. They're wonderful. I love
I
them,
saw the picture. Yeah, I saw the picture you posted. That was cool. They were the meet and greet before the show.
Before AEW Dynamite. Yeah, they had a really good meet and greet. They had Jungle Boy, Ruby,
nice.
and Luchas. Yeah.
So they're actually gonna be down here by me on the 26th, and I got tickets. My tickets are actually right by the ramp, so there's a good chance you'll see me. You'll see me with the on TV. I'll pull a Will moment. I'll throw my middle fingers up, and
it's only because of Jay White.
So I'm waiting to see who they announce who the meet and greet is before the show. So for my son's sake, my younger son's sake, I'm hoping it's Darby Allin. So
that would be fun.
My youngest son just absolutely loves Darby Allin. So
there was a little kid in the crowd in Long Island. He actually did his face paint like Darby Allin, had a sign and all that stuff. Yeah, Darby's over, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know what but let's get this through this real quick. We're about an hour and a half in. I just refreshed it live for everybody here.
907.
This ain't gonna make it, guys.
No, 28 days and not even there. I mean, listen, even so this is how I feel about it. If it does get to the 5,000 backers and none of the tiers get unlocked, then I probably will cancel it. Because in reality, I'm only buying this because I want the DDP and the Scott Steiner,
which you will get down the road. They will release these at Walmart. For their stupid Monday Nitro.
But they're elites. They're not ultimates. I don't buy the elites. I only buy the ultimates.
No, so from what I understand, so this Monday Night Wars line, let's see what this says here. Here, look, there's a picture here. Let me find the picture. Monday Night Wars. Where are they? They had a picture, like they had a whole setup here. Oh man, where is it? Here we go. Ultimate Edition WCW Monday Nitro ring and figure, Ringside Collectibles, Mattel Creations. Also coming in 2024, Monday Night Wars Elite exclusives to Walmart. Monday Night Wars Ultimates exclusive to Walmart.
Okay, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I am almost certain. And this is the reason, guys, you are not getting all the figures you want in here. The reason is because Walmart gave them a fucking shitload of money to take away the stupid, unsuccessful, ruthless aggression line that they created in Elite form, right?
Everyone's favorite toy store to shop at.
Because you can find everything you want all the time. And they made a deal with Walmart.
I hope you're being sarcastic when you said that.
I obviously was. You can't find shit there ever.
Yeah, you can't. Oh my God, I went there today, and I mean, it was hard. It was horrendous.
Were you the one that posted the China photo?
No.
Okay, somebody was finding still WrestleMania Chinas in somewhere, Target or Walmart.
I was at Target today, and they still had plenty of those WrestleMania Chinas on the shelf. Absolutely.
Jesus. So anyway, this is the reason why the Monday Night Wars figures are the reason why you aren't getting what you want in here. The reason why, this is also the reason why, right here, Ringside Collectibles, you are not getting any ring skirts, any turnbuckles, anything like that in this set as well. I think they heavily built this on the figures, and they're going to release all these figures, and you know where you're going to get them? You're going to get them right here, and you're going to pay all this money for just Rey Mysterio Jr., buddy. Guys, that's it. That's what it's going to happen.
You're doing a bang up job on selling it, man.
Okay. That's the reality of the situation. Yeah. Now, what I like about this is everything. Yeah. I think the stage is incredible. It's a work of art. I absolutely love the idea that you can take, this No, let's. Well, I can't. I guess enlarge it. But can I? No,
So
I can't.
$400. So just bear with me for a second. So $400, I feel, is a little extreme for this.
It's a lot of money, guys.
Considering the fact that the new new gen ring came with, and it was only 250, but it was only $250. I mean, you know, and the only way I could see this being $400, in my opinion, is if it's the Titantron, the raw Titantron, and then the Titantron, they charge you like an extra fee, and the screen on the Titantron actually works. And you get downloadable, you pay for downloadable content to upload to it, and it's the old Titantron videos of like Stone Cold, Undertaker, and the music, and the music plays. That's the only way I could see something like that being $400. To me, this is another $250 piece.
Yeah, if you got, let's say, the 5 figures, right? And we'll just do quick calculations here.
Well,
guys.
The figures are 40, but retail they're 30. Retail, just for argument's sake, they're 35. They're $33 a piece, because that's
okay.
what
I'm saying 32. I'm just saying 32. That's $160 right there.
Yeah.
All right. That's if you got all the figures at retail. And mind you, Mattel is selling to you these direct, so they have a better margin on this, so they don't have to mark the figures up to 32. Realistically, their cost on the figures probably about $12 said and done, maybe 15 at most. So they're making more than what they want off of this. I mean, I
think it's cheaper. I think it's cheaper than that. I think you're being way more generous than that.
Okay, so yeah, so there you go. Because I was like, I actually got some Hasbro stuff. I found out that the cost on I had the data of the selfie series stuff. I think it was oh God, what was it? $4 or $5 a figure, I think.
I mean, these ultimate editions, like for cost with them, with ship landed, packaged and everything, I can't see it being more than maybe like $8-9 a piece.
There you go. So your profit margin on the figures then, let's say, I mean, Jesus, it is just astronomical, and you're not even get the figures probably if this is what happens.
Yeah.
With 28 days left, because nobody wanted the Hogan.
Yeah, nobody wants the Hogan. Nobody wants the Warrior. Everybody wants the Everybody wants the DDP and the Scott Steiner.
I mean, to be honest with you, just friggin' released the Hogan that just started hitting targets right now. Why the hell would you put this in here? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they just released a fucking babyface Hogan WCW Legends figure.
And I'm so turned off by that Rey Mysterio, because I would have liked to seen Rey Mysterio in the Bash in the Beach Phantom outfit when he fought Eddie.
Yep. And you get the WCW debut instead.
Yeah.
The Warrior obviously looks good. I'm a Warrior mark. I mean, I got the Classic Superstars 1/25. The real selling point, as you said, is this beautiful big Papa Pump here that they just executed to perfection.
So the only thing that would make me disappointed in the Scott Steiner, if they don't include the chain mail that he puts on his.
Oh my God! How awesome would that been?
If they don't include that in that, because again, they're not showing you what accessories comes with it. I don't think they've shown what it. I think they've showed DDP. I don't. Right? Yeah, they've showed DDP. I don't think they've shown Steiner yet. Because if Steiner doesn't come with that chainmail headpiece, I bet you a lot of people are going to be turned off by it. Because that's like that's his quintessential gear for him.
I know. You have to add it in. And not only that, I'm not going to look for it, but you can, God, you put Mysterio at the first unlock when it should have been a guy like Scott to get us there.
Oh, if you would have had Scott Steiner at the 5,000, this thing would have been probably well over halfway there already.
I think you're right. It's 38% funded. It was 37 all day today. Again, this is Friday. I don't even know what date it is. What date is this?
Today's the 7th.
Today's the 7th. April 7th. You have about a month left. You have 28 days left. Friday, April 7th. This was the day that you were. So, and this will piss me off too. The early funding bonus, if we reach 5,000 early backers between March 29th and today by midnight Pacific Standard Time. You'll get the WCW debut Hulk Hogan. Okay.
Well, we know that's we know that's not going to happen.
That's not happening. I mean, unless somebody like Matt Cardona buys,
thousand,
3,000.
These things, yeah.
I mean, what would it have to take for a guy to step in? I'm just seeing here. So what is it? 3,000. I'm simple math, guys. I can't do. Can you believe that? I just want to make sure I get it correct for you. Yeah, so unless you want to spend 1.2 mil on this, right? 3,000 times 400. Hey, if you guys have 1.2 mil to fund this, go right ahead. But I just don't see anyone stepping in and spending 1.2 mil.
Hold on, let me pull out my Black American Express card.
Seth is gonna make it happen here at the Spirit Circle Action Figure Podcast Uncensored.
I could be the savior of the Nitro Arena.
The Nitro Arena will be saved tonight. You will get your Hulk Hogan's, and he's a Hogan guy.
Yeah, and I'm a Hogan guy, and you've heard me say it all night. We don't need any more Hogans.
We don't need a fucking WCW Nitro debut Hogan. That's for damn sure. Now again, like we go back to it. I don't like and I understand you don't even want this Hogan, but if you give me a Hogan that is in that black attire, that debut Hollywood, the day after Bash at the Beach, where he had the short mustache and everything, I think it's more appealing. You throw even him in there. Fuck Rey Mysterio Jr. Why the hell are you putting a Rey Mysterio Jr. in here, man? I just don't understand it. Like, I get it's a good figure, but that's a Walmart figure in my opinion.
Booker, again, you get a Harlem Heat Booker T, you get a Bobby the Brain Heenan. You can even throw in a WCW Roddy Piper. You can even throw in Rick Rude, like Rick Rude in the suit. Maybe if you want to get a female in there, what is it, a Lunger Blaze when she threw out the Monday, when she threw out the women's belt in the trash. You get the Medusa. You get something like that in there. I mean, it's like come on. You've got so many more options to choose from than they realize. But then again, it always boils down to who do they have the rights for?
Rights, availability, you have to take into consideration all those factors. Look, I'm not saying that we're sitting here and being like, you're doing your job wrong, blah, 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 blah. It's just the fact, like, again, I mean, you have even like this Luger as a Build-A-Figure here. I mean, this Hogan, I think it's just a wasted spot for this Hogan. It's simple, right? It's not complex. You could have threw him in there as an Ultimate Edition. He's got the new updated head sculpt. I guess someone, gets people excited. And not only that, look, we didn't even discuss this, but I know we discussed turnbuckles and things of that nature. Remember when like NWO used to take over Nitro and they had like the NWO signs across, like you could have given us NWO signs that you put across like all this area here, or you could put the NWO signs across here and stuff, just for fun, so you can turn it even into like an NWO takeover.
Well, and just like with the with the new gen ring, you got those 4 sets of ring skirts. You could have given
NWO sold out ring skirts.
Yeah, exactly. You could have given us different ring skirts. I
know, at the pay-per-view ring skirts, Bash at the Beach, whatever.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach, Starcade.
Great American Bash, everything.
Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc. Havoc. You could have given us.
Yep, and you could have threw NWO. And I personally think, what is the Monday Night Wars? NWO. NWO, guys, you have nothing NWO except for maybe Scott Steiner you can consider.
And it's unfortunate too that Sting is with AEW, because we could have gotten a crow Sting, or we could have gotten a regular old school Sting,
Yep.
But
look, I love it. And like I said, like just before, I think it has its benefits. I think you can, from what I heard, you can even mount this on your wall if you wanted to. You could take this front portion away for space saving capabilities. Now I'm glad you brought up the picture as close as you did. I'm scared that the floor is not plastic and it's cardboard. No, I think it's going to be plastic. It looks almost a little. The ramp is plastic, but the rest, some of the floor looks like it could be, like cardboard. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're talking about, and it sucks because I can't I got like this area. Yeah, like to me that looks cardboard, because look how it's kind of like almost buckling Yeah, I could see.
A little bit. So you're telling me I just spent $400 on cardboard?
I don't think they're going to do it in cardboard. I think maybe just because this is just an early shot. My God, if it was, I mean, it would be a disaster. I mean, it really would. And you can't mount cardboard. So I don't think this is cardboard. I think this will eventually all be plastic. This will be all plastic. I think for prototype purposes and stuff like that, or maybe just even just handling purposes, it's just got buckled or something. It looks plastic. And again, I cannot confirm or not confirm that, but I mean, but you're looking at $400. Seth, we just did the calculation. Even if retail, you're pricing the figures at 160, you're telling me that this stage is then, you shouldn't have made it. I mean, what is it? I'm paying $240 was the price of the ring, and I got an entrance stage.
Honey, get me the black card. I need to save the WCW entrance.
American Express Black coming in.
Give me the black card. I need to save the entrance.
Guys, Steve, look, we we wish you the best for all of this. Obviously, we hope that this is successfully backed. And look, it looks like it will be, right? I mean, you're 38% funded. You're halfway there basically with 28 days left. You know, people are going to get the FOMO. People are holding out for money reasons.
The new gen ring didn't get backed until almost the last minute.
Yeah, well, you know what put it over was that Macho Man. They had and they're probably going to have to do something like that. They're going to have to switch these tiers up. They're going to have to do something crazy. And it'll get back, but I can't see this reaching 11,000 backers, man.
Nah. I mean, the ring reached, I think, 11,000 after it was said and done.
Well, that Macho Man put it over the top. I mean, that instantly when that Macho Man went live as an early backer bonus, that's what put it over the top, and they were done.
Yeah.
I mean, can this get to even 7,000 at this point? Maybe. I don't know, man. 1.2 mil, guys. Can we get 1.2 mil from somebody? Maybe Logan Paul wants to come in or something. I don't know.
Fucking Logan Paul.
I
mean, granted, the guy's got more money than he knows what to do with it because of all the fucking Prime. You know, the money he's making off of Prime right now. But I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I just don't. Like Seth said, I actually backed it initially, and when I saw the way this was going, I actually backed out of this.
Well, I backed it. I'm committed. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off, and hopefully, I don't hope that the wheels fall off, right? Obviously, and if this does get to 11,000, I may be in. I don't even know, but I may not be, because if you look at it this way, let's say you don't need the stage. Let's say if you just want the figures. So you're going to say aftermarket on most of these, let's say on average, are going to be 70. And then you got 5 figures in front of you. You could sell the ring for $2. You could sell the setup for $250.
The figures cost $350.
Yeah, I would.
Do you even want to go? Would you just buy the figures then a la carte? Do I want to buy? Realistically, do I want to spend? Because out of these figures, we're saying we only want really 2. We're probably not going to get to the Warrior. Let's say we get to Pump. You're going to spend $140. You want to spend $400 or $140? I'd spend $140 in my opinion.
Well, I mean, obviously, I would prefer to spend $140, but I mean, listen, it is what it is at this point. I mean, kind of like what most people did with the ring when they got it. They kept what they wanted to keep, and then they pieced out the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
I
got 2 rings and I still can't fucking sell them. So there you go. I mean, I want a certain margin on it, right? I mean, I could probably list it with everything, and they're complete, and they have the Macho Mans and everything. I probably list it for what I paid for it, but what the hell is the point of that then?
No, you can probably. I think they're going for like 400. I don't see why not.
I know, it's crazy. I even my G.I. Joe Sky Strikers, I listed for like $399 OBO. I got nobody wanting them. I got the rings. I go to shows. I think my ring I listed it at $315.
Yeah, that's
with the deal. 2 figures.
That's a good deal. $315 right on the spot.
Right on the spot, $315. No interest. Nobody even blinks an eye. I got people coming up to me collecting figures, don't even know what it is.
I'd come up to you if I was there. I'd give you $300 cash, and I know you'd probably take it on the spot.
Oh, I would. Well, I'm going to be at a toy show, CollectorCon, New Jersey, Raritan Center, guys. April 22nd, Saturday, April 22nd. Be there, be squared. Come on, let's go, baby. So, hey, I'll have the ring. If you want to buy a ring from me, go to Raritan Center, Edison, New Jersey.
Well, it's gonna cost. Well, it's gonna cost me. It's gonna cost me money because I got to buy a plane ticket to get up to New Jersey.
No, not you, but I mean, I'm saying somebody else. Jesus, maybe somebody will watch this video because I thought we did a great job, but who knows? This day and age, I'm gonna probably have to pay YouTube to, $100 just to promote it and try to get some followers. I got 300 something. I mean, that's good.
Listen, you know what? Like I've always told, when people have always asked me in the past about, what's the one thing that they need to focus on when starting a channel and everything like that, is I tell everybody the same thing, and people can vouch for me on this. It's consistency. Yep. I always tell people, pick a day, stick to that day. That way you can set your schedule of filming, editing, and you know exactly what day it has to be ready for. And then once you get yourself in a routine, if you want to throw extra days into the mix, then you can. But find a day, stick to that day, and that's how you build an audience, because people can be like, oh, okay, well, this is going to be his day. This is when he's dropping videos, so this is when I know when to watch.
Yep, and that's the problem: consistency.
I mean, listen. I just, as well as everybody knows, life gets in the way. I mean, you've got to be truly dedicated if you really want to, abide by that rule. So,
yeah. Well, we will do our best to be dedicated. I think Friday nights are good. I don't know. We may switch it to Thursday. I got to really take into consideration a lot of things that are going on in my life. But it was good getting back on here. That's the most important.
Impact's on Thursday night. Nobody cares about Impact.
Oh, I definitely know that. Yeah, Thursday nights and Tuesday nights maybe, like, only like not a lot of people care about NXT. So yeah. And the weekends, like, I love dropping weekends. Like I would drop videos on like Saturday morning cartoons. I like that stuff, but we'll try to come. Well, I will try to create a schedule, and hopefully we can have you back on here, Seth. It's obviously always a pleasure.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, this was a blast. I love, again, this was what's in my wheelhouse. I love the back and forth between me and you. Again, you've got two guys with two different opinions, and it makes for entertaining content.
Yeah, and I don't think that it was that vulgar or terrible, or we didn't really get. I was expecting a lot more from you, man. Actually, you know what? Step up your game. Maybe you got to just get in emotions again.
Listen. I'm trying to be a little bit more tamer at my old age. And the whole thing is too is that I think because of everything that's happened earlier in the week, I think I'm all tired out from saying how I really felt about it, because if we did this shit like the day after Mania, we would have had a whole nother different Seth on our hands, but yeah, man, obviously as the week goes on, and we talk to our friends and our family and, people that we, that we in our circles about this stuff, you get different points of opinions, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I didn't think about it that way. And, it kind of brings down the tempo a little bit.
I feel you, my friend. No, you're right. And it's good. You have to kind of decompress a little bit, and getting on here to kind of finish that all up is a good thing. And again, thanks so much for coming back on. It was wonderful. Always a pleasure. We'll have you back on sooner than later. Again, please bear with us, everybody out there in YouTube land. We'll get a formal schedule, probably going to be Thursday nights for the live streams. And we love doing live streams and talking wrestling, pro wrestling, and obviously wrestling figures as well here at the Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast. Don't forget to obviously follow us here on YouTube at SQD Circle AFP. Like, comment, and subscribe. Go over to Instagram too and follow us there. We post content daily on our Instagram, also at SQD Circle AFP. And then you can also follow us on Twitter, even though I never check my Twitter account ever. Which I probably have to start doing eventually.
I got your beat. I don't even have a Twitter account.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't tweet. I'm not a fan of the tweeter.
I'm not a big fan either. So I may just do away with the Twitter account. You could find us on Whatnot, our Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast shop there on Whatnot at SQD Circle AFP as well. We're doing a lot of wrestling card sales. We're trying to get a lot of inventory out the door, and possibly even do figure sales sooner than later. got a great rating. I think I'm like 496, 495, something like that. So
Nice.
guys, just be patient. You know, it's kind of a side gig. I get things out as soon as I can. My shipping days are probably about 3 days for shipping processing. So anyway, follow us on Whatnot, the Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast shop. Thanks for joining us tonight on our Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast YouTube live stream, Uncensored. Again, thanks, Seth. You can follow him where?
Oh, you can follow me on YouTube. Just like I said, it's just my name, Seth Bayer, and also the same thing on Instagram, just my name. And give me a follow if you guys have if you guys want some comic relief for toy hunting and other miscellaneous adventures and follies I get into along the way.
Excellent. Thanks again, Seth, for all your time. Have a fun rest of your night watching some SmackDown. We got Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Hopefully Vince doesn't ruin it for everybody once again. Hopefully we can be back on a brighter note. And guys, remember, Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast. Be here and be squared, baby. See you later.